Shawn is in the market for an additional A5 detachable blade clipper. Why is that, Shawn?
We have two clippers right now. We have this Wall KM10, which I like, and I know how to take the blades on and off. I also have the Kinchi Flash. I like that one also. I'm able to use this, the Kinchi Flash, for our sanitary trims, and then I'm able to use this for our teddy bear cuts, or at least that's what I'm wanting to learn how to do here. I feel like we need an additional one of these in case we have a problem. I like to have backup of everything.
I have a lot of different A5 style clippers that I want to put in your hands to give you an idea. Maybe you just simply want another Wall KM10. Let's try some other A5 detachable blade clippers and see what you feel, so you can kind of try it before you buy it, because boy, that's a blessing sometimes.
All right, shall I use this one first for a moment?
Yeah.
A little bit. Again, we're focused on the teddy bear cut. And so I'm just taking this down her back. I'm very comfortable with the way the clipper feels in my hand. And I think my dogs are all used to the sound of this particular one. One of the questions that I do have is, when do I use which setting?
If you're doing guard comb work, guard combs are hard sometimes, especially on a soft coat. Guard combs are hard to make pretty. Sometimes it's like, this looks sloppy. What do I do? You want the high speed because you want it to just do as much as it can. But you have to remember, when you take this guard comb off, the blade is going to be very hot. And that's just typical. It's all metal. Anytime metal and metal makes friction, people think it's a blade's fault. It's a metal blade. It's going to get hot. That thing's moving 3,000 strokes per minute. That's a lot. If you have multiple 30 blades or multiple 10 blades work under these guard combs just as well, it's fine under here. This will never heat up.
Okay.
The only thing that's going to heat up is that.
So if we have the guard comb on, we don't have to worry about the blade heating up. It's when we're only using this that we have to worry. And since we're saying we're in essence going to be using this with the guard comb,
you're pretty
most
safe.
Of the time.
The only reason I brought it up is because some people use the 10 blade that came with the Wall KM10 under the guard comb, which is perfect to do their clipper work. And then they say, now it's time for my sanitary trimming with the 10 blade. But that's piping hot. But they don't think about it. They take that off. That blade is literally too hot. You touch it on your skin, you'll burn yourself.
Okay. So
and they're not thinking that. So that's why I bring it up all the time.
That's great. So the way to do that is, if you are using your 10 blade here and you want to do your sanitary trim with it, do that first.
Sure. Do the sanitary trimming first, or just have simply another 10 blade, which you do. You have multiple. When they're not on a clipper, they're already cool.
That's great.
So
that's
you would swap it out.
to think that out. Yes.
Yeah, you would swap it out. And that's what all those professionals do. That's nothing I came up with. I'd love to take credit.
But you teach me so much. I learned so well from you. You're easy to learn from.
Thank you. So we're going to see how you feel about some clippers. Shawn, that's the one you're really comfortable with. It's a Wall KM10. So what I heard you say is it's well balanced. You feel it's balanced, and that's what I feel about this clipper too. And that was on purpose that they designed it this way. They've got the motor in the right place. They've got the other mechanicals in the right place, that when you set this clipper in your hand, it doesn't feel heavy or top heavy. And that's important. So the Wall KM thought that out beautifully. I want you to pick up this. This is the same clipper, but it's cordless. So obviously it's going to be a little heavier, but they have done well in balancing it, I feel. So you'll want to pop your 1/2 inch on there and do a little bit of clipping and see how you feel. It's the same.
Okay, so you push it on like this, and then you push forward until it pops on.
Very easy action. Yeah, but practice, and then hey, I'll say you get it. You would use, that was a good question about the speeds. If you were a beginner, you would probably want to use the low speed because your blade won't heat up as fast. Say you were clipping her with a 7 blade. The blade is going to get hot. That's why I tell people that they could, if they're a beginner, to go ahead and get the 2-speed, because in a matter of no time, your skill level is going to outgrow your beginner level, and you'll be ready for a 2-speed clipper. So having a low and a high speed sets you up as a beginner to not have to replace that clipper, because it's got high speed.
This clipper is fabulous for me. I never tried it before. I've seen you talk about this one a lot. But didn't know if it was the one I should buy next.
Every now and then, Shawn, our blades packed with hair, especially on a soft coat. Periodically throughout the same grooming session, brush this out of the blade. It's going to affect the way it clips.
So we've got to stop periodically throughout the groom and do this even on the same dog.
On the same dog.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Some
if it
coats
starts dragging, like if it starts
you
dragging,
feel
that would
like
be a
you're
sign.
seeing a lot of lines. You're like, why isn't this looking pretty?
Okay.
It's packing, and it's not allowing it to make the right cutting contact.
All right. And then we pop this back in again. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Took me a long time to learn how to do that.
You do it like a pro, Shawn.
Okay.
So feel that one again. Since you feel like you liked it. I'm going to keep putting clippers in your hand, and we'll go back to different ones, and you can compare.
Okay. I like this one. It feels good to me.
And it's obviously heavier because it has a big lithium-ion battery in it, but how does the balance feel? How did they balance it in your hand?
So it's heavier in the front than it is in the back, and it feels good. So it feels like that's going to ride along the dog properly. Yeah.
Feels balanced.
It
That's
does.
what I think.
So that's, okay, this is great. This is what balance is supposed to feel like in the hand.
right.
That's fabulous for me. I watch your videos and I love them so much and I learn so much. It's having my hands on the tool itself and feeling, oh, this is what balance is. And the other thing I'm noticing right now is that as I keep running this over, I keep getting even more hair, even though I'm going over the same area several times. So
I'm glad you brought that up. That's normal. With guard combs, we'll tend to have to go over the same area about 3 times to produce a somewhat smooth look. That's typical. 1, 2, 3. I just did 3 passes next to each other. Gonna go back. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. And now we're pretty good. That's typical of guard comb work. There's quite a bit of space between the teeth on these to feed the hair in, but that allows a lot of hair to actually fall away from the clipper blade because it's just a guard comb.
great.
So that's how that works. It does matter when you're clipping. Honeybee's going to be a little challenging because she has a very soft coat. So you're going to find when you come down here on the side, you're going to want to angle in a little bit and ride down into here and come down that leg just to get a smooth clip because she's soft. Try the wide blade. This is on the Joyzy Falcon. This is a brand new clipper. That is a wide blade. So Shawn, this will be your first time trying a wide blade.
I've never used a wide blade. I've seen you talk about these wide blades, and I can imagine if you have a big dog, this is going to save you so much time. But even on a small dog like this, it still is going to save you time. So here we go.
I find that I use them all the time now.
Yeah,
On anything.
So this is a lighter clipper.
It is,
lighter
isn't it?
in my hand.
Much
than the previous
lighter.
One. It has a little bit more vibration going on in it than the previous.
KM.
Just a slightly different sound, but neither one of them are too annoying to me. So now I'm in an area that I hadn't gotten to yet.
We have a little brushing to do there. Did you feel like that stuck?
I did. I felt it, and that's great to feel that.
Sure.
What that feels like to
And
see.
go around it,
This
and you'll
is-
come back to it and brush it out.
This is the area that now I know what it feels like when I'm bumping up against something that needs to be brushed. Now I'm going to come along the side here where I haven't done any clipper work at all. And so I'm going this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I know right in here, I tend not to do that because I've seen you tell me
Come straight down off of it.
that's, yeah. So come down off of this side, it's like this.
Now, not straight, just at the tuck up,
Just
which
at the
is
top.
right here.
Okay.
Just because that flank skin
flat.
is loose. You just want to be careful there.
Okay.
But if you come straight down, you're going to see lines. You want to kind of go with the lay of the coat. Wow. Those white combs are nice, aren't they?
Yes, yes.
What a difference.
Lovely.
You will probably like them for your dogs.
Well, maybe this is what we get.
And that's just a matter of the wide blades. You can use them on all the A5 clippers, Shawn.
So I can get
sure.
this blade on any clipper.
KM10, all of, yeah. In fact, the Joyzys, if I'm correct, they come with a wide blade. They're so like excited about the wide blades. They send their clipper with the 10 wide blade. Boy, your clipper work is good, Shawn. You definitely been. She's been doing a lot. Yes. That's
it's only
great.
because I watch your videos.
Yeah, but it's practice. You've obviously been practicing. You've been grooming.
I have
Yes.
been working on it.
Yes.
I've been literally following along your teddy bear video myself
On your dogs.
on some of my dogs. Yes.
It's fine to go in reverse with guard combs because it's leaving enough length that we're not going to damage the hair follicle. That's one of the biggest things about clipping in reverse, why we wouldn't do it. Guard combs leave enough length that they are not damaging the hair follicle. That was the Joyzy Falcon with a wide guard comb and wide blade. And Shawn, you want to take a look? I bet you that one probably needs unpacked just from that little bit of clipper work. They're a little tighter, but you'll get used to it. It does. That can affect the smoothness of your clip under the guard comb. That's why, people think that there's something wrong. I bought the clipper you told me, Amy. I bought the guard comb. I bought the blade. I'm having to take this off like every 2 minutes to get all this hair out of the blade. That's what we all do. I'm constantly doing it in my videos. And depending on the coat type, you have to do it more often. Nestle, we're going to have to be depacking our blades with you, sweetheart, because you're very soft. How about another one?
All right, let's try another one.
Do you want to? We'll try the Raptor. Here's the Raptor clipper with the regular guard comb, and then we'll put the wide on the Raptor. And then we'll go back and put the wide on that. You need to feel all those differences, I think. Hold my thumb here and pull forward to try that.
Joyzy Raptor. Oh, this feels totally different in your hand. Wow. Okay.
That's the Joyzy Raptor. Now, he has 3 speeds. When you turn him on, I believe it's medium speed.
It's hilarious that I noticed in one of your videos you refer to all clippers as he.
Why do I do
I
that?
have decided that it is because when they are in your hand, you are in control.
I never even thought about it.
He always says he.
He's a good one.
There you go. All right. So now I've got the guard comb on.
Okay, and this is the regular A5 size. We didn't go to wide
I'm
yet.
apparently not turning it on properly.
Oh, you press and hold for a couple seconds. And that'll be how you turn him off, too. Him off.
Turn him off.
Turn him on,
Okay.
turn him on.
Woo!
Turn him on, turn him off.
Is this a tiger or a lion on here?
You can be whatever you want, but I'd say it's probably a lion,
Yes.
not a lioness.
Yes. Get him, tiger.
Go get him, tiger.
So,
It's a powerful clipper,
yes.
for sure.
Again, it just feels different in your hand.
Yeah, each one of them.
Yes. So, this is heavier up here
Yeah.
than it is in the base. And so, it's got a different movement to
The
it.
balance is different.
Yes.
Not that it's heavy, it's different. It feels balanced differently in your hand. I feel like when I pick it up too. Now, all these things are slight things that if you weren't sitting here going from one clipper to the other, you would probably not even think about these things. If you were using it, more than for 20 minutes, it would be a non-issue for you. But because we're comparing them, you notice it. And at least it gives you an idea to say, but I didn't like that feel. Or I did like that feel.
And to your point, it's like Schnauzer grooming styles. Do you like the teddy bear style, or do you like the traditional, or do you like the Asian fusion? Hey, it's a matter of preference. There's not a right or wrong, and I can see how there's not a right or wrong specifically about these clippers. This one would confuse me, though, with this on-off switch. I would think it was broken. So my nature is to go like that and go, it's broken! And so
It took me a while. I like the switches. I like to say, now it's on. You press and hold it is how you do it. And you press it again, it goes up higher. You're on medium speed. Press it again. There you go. That's the high.
Wow, that is not something that is intuitive to me at all.
Takes a little getting used to.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, when I'm clipping along, I'm busy. My head is a step ahead before I even turn a clipper off. I'll turn a clipper off, I'm switching a blade. With that, you have to hold it for a few seconds. It actually makes you think a few seconds is a long time. And it's not. But because you're always moving it, and you're like, come on, turn off. Okay, now I can take the blade off. It gets me every time you press and hold.
This is what I've got to say.
What do you think about him?
Well, what I've got to say about him, he's great. He is fabulous. I happen to personally prefer the weight of this one, the balance of this one in my hand better because I'm used to this weight.
But is it a lot of weight? Because now somebody watching is going to
No.
say, "Oh, it's heavy." She said weight.
No. It's where the weight is.
Yes.
So with this one, there is more weight, if you will, here, and I'm used to that. Whereas with this particular clipper, and I think to your point, if I had never picked up any other clippers, I wouldn't think anything about this. This one is lighter here and heavier here. So it's just a matter of where I've been hearing you say it's the balance, and now I'm actually feeling what that
Balance.
means. Is it heavier in this part of the clipper, or is he heavier up here, or is he heavier down here?
Is he front loaded? Did we just say that? Oh, my husband's gonna have fun with this video. You're right, and this clipper has a massive battery, and for such a strong battery, that this clipper the battery life in the Raptor is actually a lot longer than this one. That's kudos here, but I think maybe that's where we're feeling that weight back there, but it does change the balance of the clipper in your hand. This one, it has a plug, but it just plugs in. The same plug that's on your KM, it just plugs in there. And if he does die, you can plug him in and keep using it. If he dies.
If he runs out of his juice and he needs a little extra something.
So if he does run out of juice, we can plug him in and keep working him. Oh, that sounded really good.
We have a little blue pill for him.
Keep working him, okay. The Raptor, on the other hand, I'm glad you said that, because the Raptor can't be plugged in other than to sit on his base, get rejuiced. The battery life on this is hours. It might be up to like 8 hours. It's crazy life.
See, and I don't need that. That's not important to me.
Yeah.
For somebody who's a traveling
Yeah.
groomer, or if you're at a show and
that would be handy.
Yeah, I can understand why that would be really important. But for us, 3 of us, we do our grooming in the same grooming salon area in our little Montessori school for Schnauzer puppies.
You have time to plug it in between grooms too. That's not an issue. The battery life on the Raptor and the Falcon it's new technology, and it really is impressive. And I'm sure we'll get there too. I mean, the battery life on this is good.
You're saying the battery life on this one,
both of them,
and this one is better than the battery life on the wall.
Yes.
But the battery life on the wall, you can plug this in with a plug-in and use it also.
It'll just become like a wall KM10. You can plug the Falcon in if it dies and run it as a corded clipper, but not the Raptor.
Okay.
I mean, unless I'm missing something, there's nowhere to plug, nothing.
I'm liking this one because I'm a creature of habit. Once I get into...
Something feels good.
This feels good. I already own one of these.
I can tell you that the longevity on the Wall KM and KM10 is impressive. And I can't tell you that on these. These are both brand new clippers. The Raptor's been out for about a year now. The Falcon just came out. I'm impressed with everything about them. I can't tell you the longevity. I can tell you on the KM10 and the KM, it's the toughest clipper on the market.
So just ran into another little snag. So I need to grab this.
Yep, the brush, not the comb.
Artiro.
I love that one.
And I will comb out where I ran into the little snag.
Well, now you can. Now's the time to actually go for your comb, and maybe. And the comb's going to tell you if everything is ready. There's a snag there too. Sorry, baby. That's going to tell you if you need to. If the comb snags on it, the guard comb will snag on it too. So that's what tells you, the comb. It tells us if we're good to go for our clipper work. I do want to put that wide blade on there for you too, Shawn, so you can feel that.
I think I'm going to be very happy with him.
I am. I think you are.
All right, so again, I'm liking the feel of this, and I can imagine just the wide is going to save me time. It's going to create, look at that, and I've already been over
I know,
this
isn't this
several
crazy?
times.
That's why I just feel like the wides produce better work. It's just crazy. It's hard to not use them. Like, it's hard for me to go back to the regular A5 style, especially when it comes to guard combs.
And you have these linked below that I can clip or I can click on the link below to get all of it.
The Joy Z blades are my absolute favorite these days. Joy Z nailed it on the blades. They actually stay cooler too, Shawn. You know how we were talking about metal blades heating up. The Joy Z blades, the Joy Z has like ceramic coated. They're metal, and ceramic is not a conductor of heat. So they nailed it on that. And I'm pretty much almost all Joy Z blades now at this point. If I need to buy a new blade, it's a Joy Z. I love it more than the Wall Competition Series. Yes, when they came out with this Joy Z blades, I was like, wow.
So the Joy Z blade on the wall.
Sure.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
easy to remember too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Joy
And that Joy
on
Z.
the wall.
Oh God, now we're getting pervy again. And that guard comb that you're using is by Fresh Groom. So you're using, this is what's great about detachable blades. They're universal to other things as long as they're made for detachable blade or A5 clippers, which is a detachable blade. So you're using a wall clipper, a Joy Z blade underneath a Fresh Groom guard comb. And that's why I love to just find my magic sauce. Sometimes it is a blend of all three things. It's the same with shampoos and conditioners. Sometimes it's a I Groom shampoo and a Petals and Tails conditioner that I find is the best concoction on a certain coat type. You know, it's not always the same brand of everything. It's so cool with detachable A5 style clippers because we obviously need them. They're our powerhouse clippers. We need them to produce pretty work. But they work universally amongst blade brands, guard comb brands, and wide combs, regular size combs, as well as wide blades and standard size blades. They work universally.
I can already see that I would be very happy. I would be very satisfied with my work from using this to get this nice teddy bear trim. And she feels wonderful right now. And to my eye, that looks pretty even. When I'm looking at it from this angle, I don't see that I would have a lot of work that I would need to do here on the back. I might see some under here that I need to do.
She's a good girl. It makes it so easy, doesn't it? And remember, Honeybee's coat is a really soft coat. It can be tricky with these guard combs. The hair just wants to fall.
This is just going great.
The hair wants to fall away from them or push down with guard combs on such a soft coat. But it can be challenging to clip and make this coat work nicely with guard combs, but I think it's nailing it.
And this is where I would take my 10 blade on that Kinchi Flash 5 and just run right up the center here to get this.
Yeah, that's your sanitary work.
Yes. If you're looking super closely, Honeybee's probably going to be having puppies sometime soon.
Yes, she is, Daddy. Who's your daddy? You feel pretty happy in comparing things.
Oh, Amy,
isn't it mind-destroying?
This is fabulous. I now have clarity about what to buy. The advice that you have given me today, or what I have learned from this today, makes it so crystal clear to me what to buy, and to know that I will be really confident with this
purchase
setup for myself. And
it's a lot of money.
The three of us will be able to easily use these to produce the looks that we want on all of our dogs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good. Oh, great. Shawn, thank you so much for doing this for us. It's one thing for me to tell people. They know I love that wall clipper. They're probably like, oh, she loves that clipper. But it's another thing to ask you to put some clippers in your hand that you are actually interested in purchasing and say, yeah, no, maybe. Thank you for helping us with that.
Oh, thank you, Amy. What fun to learn together. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
And thank you, Honeybee. You're a doll. If you'd like to keep this learning going right now, you might want to click on one of these videos. I've chosen these because I feel like they would be great follow-up videos for this one and continue to help you learning how to groom dogs. Go ahead, click on it, and I'll see you there. Thank you for watching this video.